Pocah is having one heck of a year so far. Pocah started her career with the name MC Pocahontas. To prevent any copyright claims from Disney, she later renamed herself Pocah. In October, she was nominated for the Breakthrough Awards 2019 in the Brazilian New Artist category. Last month, we learned that Pocah was recently hospitalized with severe stomach pains caused by holding in gas whenever she was with her boyfriend. Can't get enough news or gossip about Pocah? Then you've come to the right YouTube channel, Plenty of Pop Fans. We've scored Facebook groups, Twitter feeds, Reddit, Discord, and even Telegram boards to get you the most up-to-date info on your favorite celebrity or juicy Hollywood gossip. If you have a tip, story, or even correction in our intel, comment below and we'll be sure to follow it up. Let's dive right into what Pocah is up to now. Vivian de Queiroz Pereira was born on October 17, 1994 in Queimado, Rio de Janeiro and raised in Duque de Caxias. She is African, Portuguese, and native Brazilian descent and is the daughter of Marinas de Queiroz and Leonardo Pereira. Her first musical experience was accompanying her older brother on tour with his rock band when she was 12 years old. And she was later introduced to funk karaoke during her high school years. Her career began in 2012 when she released the song Muller du Poder, which received over 11 million views on YouTube and was hailed as a watershed moment in the then burgeoning funk El Santeco scene. Her later stage name, MC Pocahontas, was inspired by her physical resemblance to the Disney character of the same name. As the decade progressed, MC Pocahontas collaborated with Nairia Azevedo and Danny Russo, Quemville 2, which had a Conzilla-produced music video with over 6.9 million views, and MC Mirelia, Quer Mai. Both collaborations were certified double platinum and diamond by Pro Musica Brazil, respectively. Future sampled Pocahontas' voice for his song Fresh Air from his album Hendrix in 2017. Pocahontas signed with Warner Music Group in early 2019, changing her stage name to Pocah to avoid Disney copyright infringement allegations. Her first release for the label was No Soro Obrigada, was released in April and was described as an ode to women's empowerment. With over 11 million views on YouTube and 35 million Spotify streams. She was nominated for the Breakthrough Awards 2019 in the category of Brazilian New Artist in October. Pocah was married to Matheus Vargas, also known as MC Robacina, her manager and fellow funk singer from 2014 to 2016. And they had a daughter, Victoria, born 2016. She began dating promoter Ronan Souza, a former boyfriend of Anita, in August of 2019. They officially registered their domestic partnership in December. Pocah released her first song, Muller de Poder, back in 2012 under the stage name MC Pocahontas. She changed her name to Pocah in 2019 once she signed with Warner Music Group in order to avoid potential copyright infringements with Disney. The artist has more than 15.7 million followers on Instagram and nearly 2.8 million listeners on Spotify. In any relationship, there are a number of significant milestones. The first kiss, the first vacation, the first time someone says I love you, and of course, the first fart. That is not to say that they must be in that order. And while it's important to let your guard down and be vulnerable with your significant other, not everyone is comfortable doing so, which can lead to problems down the road. A classic case of let it all out and feel the shame, keep it in and feel the pain. It's totally normal for couples in the honeymoon phase of their relationship to feel a bit shy about performing everyday bodily functions in front of their new love. You want to keep the romance alive, right? So you close the door when you go to the loo and try not to pass wind in front of your significant other. But hey, as you get to know each other and feel more comfortable, those barriers get broken down a bit, don't they? Well, for most people, yes. But for one 27-year-old singer from Brazil, her ongoing reluctance to break wind in front of her man had significant repercussions. Let it out, feel shame, keep it in, and feel the pain is an expression that could well apply to Viviane de Queiroz Pereira, who held it in so long that she ended up with a dangerous gas buildup. After being treated for intestinal gas buildup, Viviane de Queiroz Pereira, better known by her stage name Pocah, made the admission in a recent Instagram story. The 27-year-old told her 15.7 million Instagram followers that she couldn't pass gas in front of her partner, so she held her farts in for long periods of time. Pocah claimed she had watched TikTok videos telling her to ignore any discomfort caused by the gas, but the pain became so severe that she sought medical help. According to one of our mentors, "I'm fine now," she reportedly said in a post. Just an accumulation of trapped farts, which was followed by videos of her in a medical facility. Don't be embarrassed to fart in front of your guy, girls. Because what's more embarrassing than not letting your guy sleep because you're in pain? Going to the hospital with your guy and the diagnosis being trapped farts is not letting your guy sleep because you're in pain. Guys, I'm letting them loose from now on. I'm on medication and everything is fine. It appears that ending up in the hospital with a fart attack, as it were, would be more embarrassing than simply passing gas in front of a loved one. After all, the first fart has to occur sooner or later, right? After an early morning hospital visit, one might think that farting isn't such a big deal anymore. Flatulence, on the other hand, can make some situations a lot better. At the very least, farts improves as seen in The Usual Suspects. Pocah is the most recent celebrity to be involved in an accident like this. Stephanie Mato, star of 90 Day Fiancé, was admitted to the hospital in January due to a flatulence problem. The 31-year-old fart entrepreneur claimed to have made six figures selling her farts in a jar and had to change her diet to keep up with demand. The reality star claimed that the gas, combined with high pressure, caused a medical emergency, one so severe that she thought she was having a heart attack. When she arrived at the hospital, however, it was discovered that she had simply had too much gas. While selling fart jar NFTs doesn't appear to be an option for the singer after this situation, perhaps she can find another way to profit from the situation? Although Cinema Blend does not always keep the world up to date on nightmare-level fart stories, there's no harm in a cautionary tale sandwiched between reports on the latest and greatest movie and television news. With so many new shows coming to television this spring season, now is a good time as any to stop farting around and start looking at what's coming up. How do farts happen? Your gastrointestinal system runs from your lips down to the bottom. The GI system is known by several names, the most common of which are GI tract, alimentary canal, and gut, which refers to the parts that come after the esophagus. You eat or drink nutritious foods, chewing what needs to be chewed with your teeth, then swallow it down the esophagus into the stomach, where it is further broken down by acids. The food and acid mix churns in the stomach. The slurry of food and stomach juice is poured into the small intestine at the bottom of the stomach. The small intestine is about an inch wide with muscles that contract and push the contents along in a wave-like motion. Bacteria abound in the small intestine. The walls of the small intestine absorb the majority of the nutrients from our food. The small intestine is divided into sections that absorb various substances, each with its own name. The last leg of the journey takes place in the large intestine, also known as the rectum. This is where the last traces of nutrients and water from the bacteria-infested contents of the small intestines are absorbed. This is how feces is formed into a consistency that allows it to be discarded. Methane gets in the way of moving fecal matter, food plus bacteria, through the intestines during the entire process. It doesn't stop the movement, but the contents aren't moved along if the intestine walls are kept away from the contents due to gas bubbles in the way. The gas is pushed along first by the wave action of the intestine walls. Holding a fart just keeps the gas bubbles in your stomach. Until the gas is gone, nothing of substance can move forward. The fact that nothing is moving, despite the signals from the gut telling the brain that movement is absolutely necessary, is what makes the whole experience so unsettling. According to Healthline, if you try to hold in a fart, it can potentially hurt your body. Some side effects of holding in gas can include bloating, belching, pain, and swelling. In cases where you regularly hold in gas, you can possibly develop diverticulosis, a condition where bulging pouches can form in the lining of your digestive system, per Mayo Clinic. When your body produces too much gas in your digestive system, there are only two places it can go: your bottom and your intestines. Farting is the term for the process of passing gas. Farting and also burping is caused by gas that builds up during digestion and when you swallow air with your food while eating or drinking. If you smoke, drink through a straw, or eat hard-to-digest foods, this gas will build up faster. If you're stressed, constipated, or have a medical condition that affects your digestive system, you might be gassier. Bloating and discomfort are common side effects of gas. Farting is a natural way for your body to expel gas. Farting is completely natural and occurs in everyone's body. The average person farts 5 to 23 times per day. If they fart more frequently, have unpleasant or smelly farts, or have to fart in public, some people may feel embarrassed or uncomfortable. Some people try to hold their farts until they feel safe enough to release them or the gas escapes uncontrollably. While there isn't much research on farting, some studies suggest that holding it in isn't good for us and that it is much healthier to just let it out. What happens if you hold a fart for a long time? Gas moves from your intestines into your large intestines and then out through your bottom when you fart. You can usually hold a fart for a long time if you clench your buttocks and tighten your sphincter muscles, the same muscles that tighten when you're holding in a bowel movement. The pressure on the gas in your digestive system will begin to build after you tighten your sphincter muscles. You may experience pain, bloating, and discomfort as a result of holding in a fart for a short period of time. As the gas moves through your digestive system, you may notice some bubbling or gurgling. Some of this gas is reabsorbed by your body's blood system and may eventually be released when you exhale, according to research. However, the majority of the gas will remain trapped inside you until you can finally expel it through a fart, burp, or both. How holding a fart can cause gas to come out of your mouth. Farts, also known as flatus, are a normal part of the digestive system. As bacteria in your intestines break down and metabolize the food you eat, they produce gases. These gases cause your colon to expand, causing you to feel full and uncomfortable. The gas must find a way out, and the most common route is through your rectum. Some of the gas can pass through your gut wall and be reabsorbed into your bloodstream when you block a fart from escaping. It can be then exhaled through your lungs and exhaled out of your mouth via exhaling. Is there a taste of a fart in your mouth? A fart that escapes through your mouth will be tasteless. Flatulence is a mixture of air that has been swallowed and gas produced by bacteria in the colon as a result of undigested carbohydrates. It stinks because certain food break down into certain gases, primarily sulfur-containing gases. Your body does not reabsorb these. According to the study, the average person farts 12 to 25 times per day, expelling enough gas to fill a 1 to 2 liter soda bottle each day. The air you swallow while eating, drinking, or smoking causes this intestinal gas to form as a part of the digestion process. It can also be produced when bacteria in your colon break down food. Because some foods contain sulfur, they produce more gas and produce a stronger odor. Cauliflower, beans, and dairy products are examples of these foods, and we are all aware that this is the case. Intestinal gas can now be expelled as either a burp or a fart. The pressure on the gas in your digestive system increases when you hold in a fart by tightening your anal sphincter muscles. This can cause immediate pain, bloating, and heartburn in the short term. A fart can be absorbed in your bloodstream, passed in your lungs, and eventually exhaled as a more socially accepted burp if you hold it in long enough. However, as the video explains, this is most likely the best case scenario. Diverticulosis, a condition characterized by swollen and inflamed pouches that form along the intestinal wall, is another possibility. This unpleasant condition can cause diarrhea, fever, and rectum bleeding. However, if something is obstructing your colon and preventing you from exhaling gas, your colon may begin to expand until it bursts. Fortunately, this only occurs in terminally ill patients, so don't worry, holding in your farts won't cause you to burst like a balloon. But just let it all hang out, it's for your own good. And that's it for this video, Plenty of Pop fan. Remember to subscribe to our channel and for all the latest celebrity news and gossip. It's like candy, you can't stop eating. We'll cover what celebrities are wearing, who is dating who, and not dating anymore. It's hard to keep up with the recent happenings in their lives. We'll satisfy your gossip fix daily. Comment below if there's a celebrity in particular you want us to cover or a juicy news tip you'd like to share.